Hello, everyone. My name is Webweaver, and welcome back. Guess what's back? Back again. It's the Minus Two Reason podcast. Tell your friends. I'm joined
Uh,
by Joey as always.
uh,
Ah.
I'm okay.
Anyways, we're here.
Yes, we are. And yes, sorry for the coughing. That will be here forever for the rest of my life. Thank you, COVID.
Oh, the long COVID.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah, the debuff timer on that is at least like half a year.
I am going to do that real quick, and then I think we're good to go. Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Some on the fly adjustments. We're professional here.
Are we?
No.
I feel like we're only half. I feel like you're the only professional one here.
Oh, absolutely not. I mean, one look at the screen will tell you it's like both the profile pictures zoomed in, the JPEGs. Oh my god, I'm not on streamer mode. What the heck?
Oh my god, you mad lad.
Oh no, how do I turn? How do I? Oh wait, no, I got this. Turn on Streamlabs.
Yeah.
And then that
Well,
should.
is that
There
what
we
you
go.
is that what do you use to record?
So I use OBS to record, but the thing is, I had already
Uh
disabled streamer mode earlier when I was recording Final Fantasy.
Oh yeah,
And
you just go
so,
back into the same settings and just turn it back on.
well, hear me out here. I'm recording the Discord itself, and I'm too lazy to do any edits, so I I mean, I could put
Peace.
up like an Emmerdale, I guess, but
No, you're fine.
I don't have Emmerdale. No. I mean, like on Streamlabs, I have an Emmerdale picture that's flipped upside down, and
It
whenever I be right back or mute myself, I'll throw up the Emmerdale splash screen.
Speaking of that Emmerdale photo, do you have like I don't know, a better quality version of it?
I mean, the photos from like the 1990s, like
Yeah, but
what? Do you...
it still looks like butt cheeks. Like
Yeah, it's a JPEG.
I don't know.
Like, I mean, that's like it's like a 240p video of an archive
240p.
from like the 1990s on a British broadcasting station that was going through technical difficulties.
240p.
I mean, it could be a 144p. I don't know particularly, but it's a terrible
How do
resolution.
you how do you even find that technology to record garbage quality like that?
I don't know, Be Alive 30 years ago?
Hmm. Speaking of, I was watching this actually goes hand in hand with something. Um, I was watching like videos while I was waiting for you,
Mm-hmm.
and you ever notice how like there's just a lot of strange ass videos where it's like people are either like searching for something that's haunted or like oh there's some weird noises in my house and it's like a ghost quote unquote.
Yeah,
Um,
like the 3 a.m. stuff.
yeah, why is it always we have like iPhone like what are we at 20 now? Like what the hell is it at?
I
How
don't
the
know.
hell are these freaking recordings like such garbage quality? Like that's why
Oh,
I feel like that's why it gets the representation it's fake because if they think it's such a poor quality, there's not much editing that's going on, so it's kind of real, but in reality, we don't know what the hell we see because you fucking still have a fucking Motorola Razor from the early 2000s.
yeah, I remember the like the paranormal caught on camera stuff. And when
Yeah.
I was in the UK, and it would basically be like a user submitted clip show for like, well, not user submitted, but it would be like hauntings and like cryptids and stuff. And there was one where it was like just this guy in Russia, like he had a big jacket on, he was walking, but it was so like out of focus and like bad that it kind of looked like he was like a Bigfoot or whatever. and they
Yeah,
were like, "Oh my god, this is the most credible evidence we've seen of a Bigfoot in Russia," or
and
as
it's
they call them,
horrible.
the Yeti.
Yeah,
And
the
it's like,
Yetis.
yeah, it's there was another one where it's just like they're like looking through the trees and they
Yeah,
see like the branches rustle and they're like, "Oh my god, did you see that?" And then they just zoom in and it's just like, the most
yeah.
artifacted thing you've ever seen. And then they get like they draw like a little red stick figure and they're like, "That's the Bigfoot. That's the eyes. That's the arm." And it's like, "Jesse,
It's
come
like it's
on."
because like come on, and it's like it's a good laugh because it's like I don't know, maybe they
Oh,
were
it's
just
hilarious.
screwing around, but like nowadays when you find stuff like that happens, it's like it's clearly either old ass photos or like old ass videos, because nowadays there's no excuse for having garbage quality when recording something nowadays. Like even my older like I still have an old iPhone considerably.
Mhm.
Um like and I would say considerably like based on like what we have now, what the current generation phones are, I have older generation. I still have an iPhone 6
Mhm.
because the way I do things is oh, a new one came out, I'll when I get a new one, I still just get one of the older models because they're generally cheaper.
Mm. I get
That's that
hand-me-down
that makes
phones.
sense. Yeah, okay. Um but here's my thing on like cryptids and like ghosts and monsters like that. I'm a believer. Um I mean, this isn't necessarily like a higher power thing, but it's like something has to happen when you pass. Like you either go to some kind of nirvana or hey, you're punished. You're punished to wander the earth for all of eternity. BS.
Still waiting for Nirvana to actually come out on Steam, though.
Shut up. um, but like is some of the found stuff like real? Like, yeah, I mean, it looks really real. I've definitely seen some where I can believe it. There's the obvious fake ones. And usually I would say a lot of the fake ones are the cryptids, like random
Mhm.
monsters. But there's some I will say there's some things that are like, hey, what could have happened here? Because we don't know. Welcome to the podcast. This is the horror monster episode, I guess. Uh
There are some ones that are really interesting, like, and you know what's weird? The most credible Bigfoot footage I've seen is
mhm,
like years ago, like decades ago, right?
right.
Like when people had crappy cameras, there was this one really good one. I don't remember what it's called, but it's famous. Where it was like this family, they were having a picnic and they were recording like the hillside, and they see they're very far away from the hillside, right? But you
Mhm.
clearly see a human figure, and it's a big human figure
Oh, is it
because
the all black one that's strolling in the woods?
no, it's not a woods. It's just a plains. It's like a little hill.
Oh, okay, okay,
There's
okay.
no trees or anything. And they're like the person is huge, right? Because they're super far away, but you can
Mhm.
see that person. Like they are a big lad. They're tall lad.
Yeah.
And and it just walks from one end of the plane to the other and then it goes out of sight. And it's like that's probably the most credible Bigfoot thing I've ever seen because it's like they're so far away. You can
Mhm.
clearly see the large figure just taking a stroll,
Yeah.
but you don't see that anymore, like ever.
Yeah. And here's what I'll have to say to that. Do I believe Sasquatch exists? I believe he existed because at this rate, like at the first sighting or whatever, compared to now, there is no way, if it was real, there's no way it's alive still.
Yeah.
Because as far as we know, we only saw one. So, one, if there's more than one, what are the chances that one of them's female? Two, what are the chances they're actually like have bred before? And three, what are the chances if it's still alive? Because there's no way something like that is still alive out there. It's not like a mystical creature. It's literally just potentially the missing link in the evolutionary chain, and that's all it is. So it has to die at some point.
Well,
And
what would the missing link be doing just like Bing chilling walking around the forest?
dude, I don't fucking know. Stranger things. This planet is so goddamn bizarre. There's there's so many things with this planet. That's why like it's easy for me to believe that there's really some weird, creepy potential monsters because I'll give you one example. The ocean is a goddamn nightmare.
Oh yeah.
Things in the abyss make no fucking sense.
Well, it's a
uh
pretty nonsensical
yeah,
land down there.
that's why I know for a fact there could be other planets with life that are probably, especially if it's ocean planets, just as scary shit down there. Because ugh,
I've played
if our
Subnautica.
planet, yeah, if our planet has like crazy crap, what the hell else is out there? Um, but which also comes into question like how lucky we are to actually exist, because there's a chance that our planet would have never had life.
Yeah.
We have to realize how lucky we are as a species, and how lucky we are to have a planet that actually can host life, that we exist. Because on the broad spectrum, we are nothing.
Yeah, I mean you got to admire the majesty of nature
Yeah,
and how
I love
everything
that shit.
kind of came to be. It's very
Um,
interesting.
but yeah, no, I like
Are
that
we
kind of like.
qualified in any way to speak on it? No.
Oh hell no!
We're just admiring the beauty of nature.
I I'm the I'm the dumbest bastard you'll ever listen to. But do I love me some space and monsters? Hell yeah. Uh oh, I remember now. I remember what I was gonna say, besides the Sasquatch thing. Um of like there are potentially the unknown out there that just is weird. And I'll give
Yeah.
two examples. Um there's the, I wanna say it's the Yukon.
I
The
like those
Yukon
potatoes.
I think it's like the Yukon River or something like that. Yukon River in Alaska. Um Haunted Alaska Ghost Villages. Okay, I want to say it's the Yukon. If anyone is listening, correct me if I'm wrong. But the natives of the area, the people who live in the area, and anyone you ask about going into the woods of the Yukon, they tell you do not freaking do it. I can't believe I said freaking and didn't actually swear. This
Holy
is cursed.
Birch.
That's how cursed this is. No, they
Do
tell you
not
do
go to
not.
Skinwalker Ranch at 3 a.m.
No,
Worst mistake of my life.
no, it could be Skinwalkers. That that has flooded my TikTok ever since I followed one person. Then again,
Have
I
you
like
seen
cryptids,
have
so
you seen the video
um,
where it's like getting into a fist fight with the local skinwalker again and it's just a
yeah,
dude boxing a deer?
that's funny. I love that shit. But okay, so they say do not go in there because the place is cursed. And what brings the curse on is if you were to go in the woods and take something from there. Um, the legend kind of started when like prospectors would mine for gold up there, and there were stories of those miners either disappearing or they're found with no heads.
Huh.
Now here's the thing. That has happened even more recently. That's super. I don't know how super recent, but at least like more modern times. And it makes you wonder, no animal could do this. No animal just decapitates a human and leaves the body. In most things, if something were to take your head, that is a trophy. So either there's something in the woods, like a monster, that's sentient enough to do that, or crazy ass cannibals. Either way, scary as shit.
Yeah, I wouldn't I
I've
don't
I've seen I've seen the
necessarily
game
believe in
Forest.
that
I've seen the
stuff.
Forest.
The forest is dope.
Yeah,
But
you should
I
play
don't
that.
necessarily believe I own it. What's your excuse?
Oh shit! I fuck. Knowing that, we should definitely play it. I'll buy it at some point. But yeah, no, go ahead. Sorry.
We can become the Dad Collective.
I,
Anyways,
I don't. Oh yeah, that's right. Because it's the story.
yeah,
Duh.
no, in multiplayer, you're all just like a bunch of dads.
looking for one child.
looking for the collective son.
Yeah, that's weird. But yeah,
But
no, yeah, no.
like I
You don't necessarily believe in that.
yeah, I don't necessarily believe in that stuff just because like I've never seen it. You know, I've got family members who are very like into that stuff, and you know, I
Well,
just I have never had an experience with anything like that. And I guess you could say somebody described it as if you believe in it, you start having more and more experiences. And if you don't believe in it, it's just like you never experience anything like that. And if that's true, I'm perfectly happy. People want their lives to be a movie so goddamn badly. It's like, oh, when shit hits the fan, I'm gonna bug out of here. I have like my safe house out of the
yeah,
city. It's
yeah,
like, brother, I don't want my life to be a movie. I just want to sit here, right? Like,
yeah.
I
I
don't.
just I just want to edit videos for a slime girl. Like, chill, dude.
I just want to make carrot juice for some psychopath in a cafe.
Fucking kid, god damn it. Uh,
He
oh,
was talking about the screaming of souls, and there was
yeah.
suffering put into this drink.
Um,
Anyways,
yeah. So the second story was, now this one I don't know 100% of the details. Where I knew at least in the other one it was roughly the Yukon. This was about a Russian team in well, I could say in Russia, but I don't know if it was Russia, Siberia. Pretty much, they were camping out in the middle of like
oh,
an
is that the
Arctic like tundra,
pass? Is that the
huh?
pass incident? What is it called? The something pass incident where they all were camping out and they all got brutally murdered somehow?
Yeah, 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 that one.
Yeah,
And they
that's
have no idea
crazy.
what fucking caused it because there were massive claw marks, especially like on the inside or outside of the tent. Bodies disappeared, and when they did recover bodies, once again, heads were missing.
One of the people was naked, weren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's whack. Like I know exactly what you're talking about. I've listened to podcasts about that, but I
Well,
do
like
not
that's
remember
another
its
incident where
name.
it's like, if you don't necessarily believe in monsters, that's fine. What could have caused this? Like, it's something they've never seen before, and who the hell knows? And it does make me think, crap, what did cause this? Because this wasn't like a fake story. This was legit.
Yeah, no,
Like,
it
this
happened.
is this is a real event that happened.
I think for me, it's like I'm never gonna go camping in the haunted woods where people lose their heads. So why the hell do I have to think about it?
Yeah, well, anytime we camp, it's at a campsite, but like,
The
b-
skinwalkers can stay over there. I'm gonna stay over here.
they will tell you what, and it also just makes sense in a humanity sort of way. Um, why? Oh God, why would you think, if you're in the woods? Let's say you're in the woods, whether you're alone or with somebody, and you should always be in the woods with somebody. Like if you're going hiking, always bring a partner. Um,
Have you seen that image where it's like the
you
person?
peace.
What you piece? What about me?
I've like literally in the middle of talking, and
Yeah,
I'm
I'm
about to.
gonna derail this, but have you
Oh,
seen the
you bastard!
picture where the guy's like, I'm an experienced hiker, and then nothing happens, and then it's like I'm an experienced hiker who's walked this trail dozens of times, and then he's just gone, like just completely gone.
Yeah, well, okay, there's a theory behind that, and I can explain that in just a second. But you should always go with somebody because God forbid something happens, right?
Yeah.
Always be prepared. But if you're in the woods and you hear someone yelling for help, I know it sounds counterintuitive. Don't go to it.
Yeah, just walk away,
Just
run
just
away,
fuck off,
move
because
quickly.
just fuck off. Because one, and here's the problem, and I think we're programmed to help someone in distress unless you live in the city like me where we don't give a shit about you. Um, and that's not just New York City. I don't live in New York City, but you could use New York City as example. If you need help in New York City, no one gives a shit about you. But we do have something programmed in our brains. If we hear someone calling for help, there will be some people that will go help that person. But if you hear it in the middle of the woods, listen, if it is somebody that actually needs help, that's a problem, and you might have to take the risk of them dying. And that sounds super fucked up, but like you don't know what's out there. There like and I'm not even talking skinwalker. Like we're gonna ignore the whole cryptid thing. There could be some crazy people in the woods who pretend to be in help and then they rob and kill you and do whatever they want.
Yeah, because I mean, you're
Cause
in the middle of nowhere. There's no society or
yeah,
civilization. You've got
yeah,
nobody to help you out. Like if you're a team of like 18 people, sure, go to the screaming person. But
yeah. That's why I do say, like, if you're with somebody, probably go check it out. I would say if you're with like a group of people, not just two people, like three plus, like minimum, maybe minimum four, check it out. But
yeah,
nah, or have a gun. Like if you got a gun with you, go nuts. Well, don't actually go nuts because
if you have a
um,
gun, go nuts.
go nuts.
This is the
Um,
official -2 reason
yep,
position.
yeah.
Especially if you see oil and you're in America, go nuts.
Oh my gosh.
You got to get that oil. It's
Um,
patriotic.
but you mentioned the hiker disappears. Well, there's a theory, and I don't know if it's really a theory, but it makes sense to me. So, biggest example is Alaska once again. 80% of Alaska is still undiscovered. Did you know
That
that?
that sounds like I believe you, but I want you to know how fake that sounds.
It sounds fake, but like it's true. Well, look how if you were to take Alaska and put it on top of the United States, it would
This
cover
is my bit. You
most of
piece.
the um if you take Alaska and cover it over the United States, it covers up most of the country.
If you put it in the
Alaska's
center, it
massive.
stretches coast to coast.
Yeah, it's fucking massive. Let me look up the actual number. How much of Alaska
And all
is
they get on the map is a
unexplored?
tiny little slice.
Um, I know I said 80%, but I don't know if that's the actual number. It seems like it is, but Alaska
Joey,
is the
pull that
last great
shit up.
wilderness in the United States civilization. Has only encroached on about 100. Oh my god! So the United States civilization has only encroached on about 160,000 acres because we'll fucking measure in every form except, the metric system. Of its 365 million acres. This is less than a 20th of 1% of the state.
But can you
The
give
rest
that to me in yalms?
fuck you. um percentage. What percentages? Because percentages makes more sense. Um but you get the idea. It's massively unexplored. Um, that's way larger than I thought it would be. Yeah, like out of the 160,000 acres were acquired of it, it's a total of 365, less than 1/20th of 1% of the state. So,
Jesus.
pretty fucking massive. That's unexplored, and it's dangerous because it's unexplored and people go missing. Now
Well,
think of this.
I'll let you go. I'll let you go.
But think of this. So people are crazy enough to walk into that wilderness that's unexplored and get lost or get hurt. They're fucked. They go missing and they can't be found. And if they do, generally it's a body, sadly.
It's also cold.
Um, yep, they do say roughly 80%. Okay, there it is. Yeah, roughly 80% unexplored. Um, well, what you probably never thought of, what if that was the purpose of them going into that wilderness? What if they want to disappear?
Mm.
I mean, where else can you go to live off the grid? A place that's impossible to explore and habitat for a large group of people. One person could probably live up there in a log cabin, live off the land. That's easy. If you know how to do that shit.
It's easy if you know how. Just do it.
Well, it's not necessarily hard to learn. I mean, from like, if I mean, obviously, if you take someone like from the city and drop them in the wilderness, try to teach them, it would probably be hard. But like with anything, you can learn how to do something. It was just
Oh yeah,
the
of course.
willingness to change that lifestyle. So someone in theory could just go into that wilderness, live off the land, one person, boom, easy done. For a large population, that's why it's uninhabitable because it's hard to put like a city up there,
Yeah.
up in the vast wilderness. So with all the people that disappear, and I'm using air quotes, you can't see that shit. Um, what if they wanted to disappear?
I mean, I've watched El Camino. Yes, yes. Jesse.
N- nice, nice. Um, but that's my whole thing. I don't know if people are getting bored of like we're like 20, we're almost 30 minutes in talking about cryptids, monsters,
Who
and disappearing.
cares? It's our podcast.
I understand that, but fuck.
If people don't want to listen to us talk about random crap, then they clicked off like 15 minutes ago.
Yeah.
But
See.
one of the things that I was thinking about with like the hiker disappearances things is that
Yeah.
if you look at it, like I remember looking at like a disappearance map in the United States, like people who have gone missing in these areas, and
Mhm.
it's overwhelmingly like national parks, right? Like,
Oh, this so massive.
well, yeah, but
It,
also it's like it's like disproportionately overwhelming. Like if you go into certain national parks, you are statistically likely to just never be seen again.
yep.
And I think that's like whack. Because I mean, you'd expect it to be like the city, right? Because like there's like more people in a city, so it's more condensed, and so there you're more likely to get into trouble in a city, if that makes sense.
Yeah, you'd think that.
But no, it's like it's the national parks. People go missing all the time.
And once again, it could be a situation where because they're once again so massive, it's people that either did really disappear or they wanted to disappear. Because it's not like it's a national park. It's not like they have freaking cameras up everywhere to like survey miles and miles of areas. No, it is a massive wilderness. It is considered a national park. They have park rangers that will sit in towers, making sure the place doesn't light on fire.
Yeah.
And that's why a lot of good horror games are based around that because you know how disturbing and eerie that is. And once again, there could be creepy people living in the goddamn woods and you don't know it. There's an entire subreddit about like park rangers posting horror stories, or
Yeah.
eerie events, and I love that stuff. I am a huge fan of horror
I
games and
too
all that.
love them being scared in real life.
Yeah, um, and I think one of the biggest ones, and I'll get to it in a second, um, because oh sorry, um,
A
I
human
I
coughed?
want to
What
go.
the
I want to
heck?
go camping again. My former stepdad kind of ruined it for us, but I want to eventually go back because I did legit enjoy it. Now, granted, I'm not going to go into the middle of woods and do it because I'm not an
Coward.
insane person. But okay, to be fair, like I would like to, if I knew like a safe remote location, like I have seen on TikTok a lot where like you see a guy like either like cooking in the wilderness, which by the way looks like fun. I really want to do that. And all it is man in a tent, either with his dog or whatever, sitting in a little like a little stretch of land out in front of a lake. You can see a mountain in the back, and he's got the woods behind him.
Yeah.
Like, do you know how peaceful that looks? And like, I'm a city person. I hate the quiet. Like, my grandparents live uh west of me, and it's more like farmland, a lot of cornfields. Um, and it's just super quiet out there, and I get so goddamn sleepy because of it. Um, but if I were to go camping, I'd rather go camping and do it. And I know that sounds weird. There's something about camping and then just versus living out in the farmland. It's
I
a little different
see.
because both are quiet, but like there's something about camping that just seems nice to me. Um, but I would love to do that. Like if that like out in the wild, like in a safe area. Um,
Yeah, going camping with the boys.
yeah, doing dumb shit. covering up a murder. Anyway, uh, that being said, uh, what was I getting at? Oh yeah, the park ranger horror stories. There was one that always legit confused me, and it's like a massive rule that each park ranger has that they will not tell you why. Seems to be a lot of stories at every place,
Okay.
and it's the same thing where there's just a hunk of stairs that are in the middle of the woods.
Wait, what?
It's like someone were to rip out a set of stairs in someone's home, right?
I'm
And
googling it. Yeah, yeah.
plop it in the woods.
National Park staircases. Visiting staircases?
Or
Okay,
it
no,
would
this
say like
is
random like I'll try to find it too. But there's just an empty staircase in the middle of the woods that leads to obviously nothing. It's just
isolated staircases are being found in national forests
yes,
2020.
yes. And this was even before 2020. And every single park ranger will not tell you why, and they only say, do not go near it. That is it. They tell you, do not touch it. And when you ask them why, they will not give you an answer.
Here's one. I'm looking at one. It's a Medium article. It's flipped upside down.
Yeah. You know how fucking terrifying that sounds? Just the vagueness of we're telling you to stay away from it. Why? No answer. What the what? What do you mean?
I mean, that's like when I told you not to worry about something, and then you're like, "No, you can't do that to me," and then I'm
Yeah,
like,
you
"Yes, I
can't do that.
can."
Oh, okay. It's
This is weird
so
because it's
I'm
like they do just be vibing though, the
they just exist.
staircases.
And it's not just one place, it's multiple parks.
Oh, what the hell is this? I just found another picture because, like, a lot of the articles I was reading, it was just like this one, like, flimsy looking staircase that was maybe like 6 steps long and it was flipped upside down, right? I'm
Yeah.
looking at this one now, and it's just this big ass, like, long staircase just going straight up
Yep.
into, like, it's kind of, if you could jump off of it and land in, like, a little pond.
Yeah, because
What
I don't
the?
know what happens if we do touch it. I don't know. We'll get isekai to somewhere, and it's gonna be terrible.
Oh my god, that's
Um,
disgusting. Where?
now, you know, you say that and make a joke about you want to be, but you don't get to in those situations. You don't get to choose where you get sent off to another world. For all you know, you could get sent off to Dark Souls.
Listen, when there's two different kinds of isekais, okay? There's the re-zero isekai where it's you as you are right then and there put into a new world. That's awful, right? Because, like, especially if it's a fantasy world, you got no chance. But if it's like one of those isekais where you get to either be like a character that you've created, or it's sort of like a slime. What was it? Like the slime.
Reincarnated as a
Yeah,
slime.
reincarnated as a slime, where how you died and sort of like your last thoughts kind of shape your reincarnation. Like, if it
Hmm.
was something like that, then I would probably be fine with going to a Dark Souls like world. Because if you can be strong, then, like, who cares?
Uh, okay, but to be fair, once again, you don't get the choice. Two, in a horror like situation where I don't know, there's random creepy stairs in the middle of um a national park, and you go through it. I would say you don't get a choice, and that's a horror situation, and you're fucked. I'm just gonna
Honestly,
point that out.
I would do it. I would
No,
go up
you're
the
insane.
spooky. I would go up the spooky
Listen,
staircase.
as a as a man, as a man, for who I am and what I identify as, um, who is also a witch because I have
Based.
I mean it's true. Like you know, my partner is has been getting me into it, and it's not like I haven't been into it like years ago. Um, it's more of a difference of like practicing it than being into it, I guess. Um, regardless, I don't trust that shit Because if you see certain things in the woods, like, and you can look these up, like little archways that look like a path, that are formed by actual tree formations, or little shrines here and there, that either someone put there, or like that's just there. You'll learn very quickly. Do not touch that shit unless you want to piss something off.
Listen, I'm a smooth-brained non-believer. All your curses just slide off my brain. It's so smooth.
Yeah, well, you're not gonna like it when a bunch of pixies stab you in the face. Like, I'm just saying, don't touch
I
that shit.
I will go up the scary staircase. I'll do it for
You
free.
you are an insane man. And I'll have to go with you because if you freaking disappear off the face of the planet, you're taking me with me. You're taking me with you.
I just walk up the staircase, and then it's just like you've seen that GIF where the guy like holds up a peace sign and he just like dissipates from reality.
Yeah.
That's
No,
that.
because
That's
what's
just
gonna happen is you're gonna reach the top, and then you're in the back rooms. Like that's what's gonna happen.
oh, the back rooms, the liminal space.
Yeah. There's actually a recent video about that. It was actually done. It made very well. I'll show you after the podcast. But just like a little quick summary of it. Man is filming like a short film with his friends. He walks backwards like a few steps, falls, boom, he's in the back room. He somehow slipped through a reality portal.
I have played Portal, and I have no experience with this.
Yeah.
But listen, you just gotta be recording, all right? You've got to be recording me walking up the stairs so that
No,
you
I'm
don't
walking
get.
behind you because if something happens, like I am following you.
Well, then we've got to have a team recording both of us so that the team who's recording us doesn't get accused of a double homicide.
I don't know, man. All I'm saying is you're an insane person and you shouldn't touch that shit.
Well, I most likely never will because it's in a national park.
That's fair.
The skinwalkers are in there. I'm not going anywhere near that shit.
See, here's the problem. I make the joke. I realize I contradict myself because I make the joke where you see that shit in the woods, don't touch it. I will still I will still follow that rule. But if something came to me,
But
but if something came at me, this is where my comment of we full send in this house. Like whether it's robbers, spiders, eldritch horrors, we fucking full send in this bitch.
we hashtag burn it all down.
We burn it all down. So
Oh, the park
I will
rangers. They're on
I will
the skinwalker's side.
I will fist fight an illithid. Let's go. I will fist fight a mind flare.
That doesn't seem very like conductive for your long-term health.
It won't, but like I'm gonna go down fighting. I'll tell you that.
I won't. I'll die.
Just grab a gun.
Aha! A pistol and a shotgun.
Is that why you play engineer on Risk of Rain? You'd rather have everyone else do the work for you?
Yes. I still am the one who lives the longest, and I have the best schmoves, so don't even
Yeah.
step up.
Well, now you're gonna be forced to move. Mobility engineer.
How dare you?
Shout out to Risk of Rain, Survivors of the Void, coming up March 1st.
They, they're not
Super excited for
sponsoring
that.
us.
They're not. I would love if Hapu is it Hapu
Hopu.
Hupu? Huh?
Hopu.
Is it Hopu? All right. I never knew how to pronounce it. I would freaking love if they sponsored me because I love their game. I also, not that I made them a bunch of money, but like I did convince a bunch of my friends at first to buy the first Risk of Rain. They loved it, so they all bought the second Risk of Rain. I was like, I'm just saying, if you want to sponsor me.
I'm just saying, you owe me. You owe me royalties.
Well, I guess not technically sponsor me. You'd be sponsoring Josephine, but regardless, same thing. Um, we own the channel, so I guess regardless of who you sponsor, we both get it.
Oh
I don't know.
God, the
Sponsor the channel.
legality.
The legality. Um, Regardless, sponsor the channel. That'd be dope.
Yeah,
Uh,
big indie studio that is published by Gearbox. Sponsor us.
I mean, they probably could. I'm not asking for like millions of dollars, but like shit.
Give me a free copy of the DLC. That's my price.
Hell, they could just give me like $500 for all they care. I'm not asking for a lot of money.
I mean, $500 is a lot of money, though.
Mm, I don't know about that. $500 is not a lot of money. That's barely half a paycheck
Well, I mean,
for
you
me,
need a lot
anyway.
of money.
Well, yeah, but like that's why like with them being an indie company, although they've doing you know really well for themselves, especially being an indie company. Um,
Okay, Mr. Moneybags, say $500 isn't a lot of money.
it isn't. $500 is not a lot of money compared to what everything is. $500 is barely half of rent in some places in New York.
I mean, fair.
Come on.
But that's just that's
Um,
because New York is overpriced.
it really is. Regardless if you live in New York City, if you live in New York City, I'm sorry, but even Western New York, where I'm from, and I'm not ashamed to say that, um, it is way overpriced for some of the crap we live in. Um, like my basement apartment is almost $1,000 a month, and I'm just glad I have a roommate. But it is not worth 1,000. It is definitely not. Even if it's a 2 bedroom, it is not worth this goddamn
Wait, a two-bedroom basement?
a 2 bedroom basement apartment. It's not like run down or anything, but it's a 2 bedroom basement apartment. It looks like all the other apartments, regardless of the floor you're on.
Oh,
Honestly,
okay. I was gonna be like, there's like some kind old couple who have their house, and
no,
you just like as
it's
a
an it's
gremlin
an
live in their basement.
no, it's an apartment complex.
They're underground now. I've
Like,
been
yeah,
to multiple. I've
the
been to
basement level
multiple.
is.
I've been to multiple apartment complexes, and none of them had an underground, right? Just like floor one.
Yeah, well, this is floor B.
What the
Get
heck?
under my level.
Is there a lower floor?
No, it's just like there's the basement, then floor 1, 2, and 3.
So we're not Dwarf Fortress yet.
No, this isn't Dwarf Fortress. It's literally one level that's considered technically a basement level. That's all it is. It's not like anything's
Are you
different than anything else.
underground?
Technically, yes.
Okay, do you want to be a gremlin, a dwarf? Like what
Anywho, all I'm saying is it is definitely not worth for a 2 bedroom apartment to be $1,000.
That sounds nice though. It's not $1,000 for a two-bedroom where I am. It's much more
Yeah.
expensive than that.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, it sounds nice, but still, like, I think even that's still too much. Like, 1,000 is too much. Whatever you're paying or whatever's near you is probably too much. Um, like some of these places, just like apartments in general, are way overpriced, and like no one fixes them. So,
Normally I would say without a second thought, but I don't want Kiwi to get a hint. So I'll tell you after how much an
uh,
apartment is.
yeah, because your existence is you like to keep it unknown, which that's fine. I respect that. Um, but I love how our friend Kiwi will straight up go full detective mode and figure out where you are based on little details.
Yeah, like
It's
it's pretty
kind of
funny.
creepy.
I don't think it's creepy. Like I know Kiwi well enough at this point. And I mean, the punishment for Kiwi winning the game is he's gonna like send DoorDash to me like once. Because I mean, he's done that to you,
Yeah.
right?
No, I never got anything.
Oh,
Because I think the one time it got like canceled or like they were closed or something like that.
because I do remember there was that part where you're like, Kiwi, do not buy me dinner. I remember that. But yeah, no, but 2-bedroom apartments are way too expensive.
Yeah.
Only the most controversial hot takes on this podcast. Skinwalkers are scary,
Yeah.
and rent is too high.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
Pause
yeah.
for effect.
This is the yeah podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, it got too real. Let's go back to cryptids. I'm just kidding. Uh, I don't know. Let's
How
talk about
much do you think you have to pay in legal fines for climbing the cursed staircase?
your mom.
Wow.
Yeah. Fun. So You want to talk about video games or some shit?
No?
Oh, okay.
Video games?
It's not like we weren't playing one before we started the podcast episode.
Yeah, what even are those things?
Um, I only say this because it came up on my feed, by our good boy Young Yeah. Because he's awesome, and I know you watch him.
Yeah.
Um, uh, Battlefield 2042 Steam reviews tank with overwhelmingly negative score. EA too ashamed to share sales figures.
Oof.
And I think there was another one they did actually admit, okay, we get it, this game bombed. And there was a thing that I saw that they might consider turning Battlefield 2042 into a free game,
Mm.
like a free to play game, which means it would be littered with microtransactions, which it already was with cosmetics. Which here's my opinion on that. I know a lot of people are scared when they hear the term free to play because it does bring a lot of problematic things. And the biggest company to cause those problems is EA, funny enough, with, Battlefront. Um
But
their
Battlefront's not
version of
free
it.
to play though, right? It's just
It's
it's the
not,
loot
but it
boxes.
was it you're right, but it was heavily pay to win, honestly.
Oh, well, what I'm just saying is you're like free to play invites some nasty stuff, and then you give an example of a paid game, so I was a little confused.
Right.
Um,
But free to play games will also have some pay to win shit in it.
yeah,
Now,
yeah,
I'm
yeah.
personally okay with free to play if the microtransactions are cosmetic, because I'm okay with cosmetics like that. I play Destiny; it's got cosmetics like that. Um, Freaking hell, Final Fantasy. How many
Yeah,
cosmetic items you can buy in that crap?
I don't, well, it's not necessarily a defense, because I don't like it either, but the
Mm-hmm.
context is the glamour gear that you can buy in Final Fantasy
Mm-hmm.
14 is 90% of the time either NPC outfits or like outfits that you could get in past events that you just didn't do.
Ah, okay.
And I mean, there are some that are like really cool that you have to buy, like the recent Omega drip. I'm upset that that's a store outfit. I don't think it should be a store outfit, um, because there's nothing like it in the game, really. And so I don't like
Yeah,
that stuff, but like I don't like any of
yeah.
it.
No, then that's fair. Um, but I mean, like I said, I don't mind the cosmetic side of it if it's a free to play game. That's totally fine. Um, that being said, EA is really not good with the microtransaction thing, so I don't know what the hell they would do with Battlefields.
Yeah,
But it was a game I was thinking about getting, but whatever. Um, it is the when you when this episode will be uploaded, um, we are already well within. Well, this is being recorded a few days into the month of February. So hey, we made
It'll
it
be
to
the
month two.
7th. It'll be the
Yeah.
7th.
It's month two when we're not dead yet. Yay!
Woo!
Even though a lot of crap is happening. Hey, World War Three. Anyhow,
You know,
well,
Final Fantasy 14 streamers actually fleeing the Ukraine? That's messed up.
yeah, well, yeah, and there's a reason for that. Um, uh, I will make one joke about it, and then we move on because we probably don't want to really talk about it that much. But there was a joke about how Germany is like, trying to push into that area too and help out, but everyone's making a joke like, "Hey, didn't this happen before?"
Oh, no, no, no.
Yeah, 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 yeah. So I thought that was funny. It's like,
I
okay,
was watching I was watching a YouTube news show that is semi-serious. Like I would say it's probably the closest thing YouTube has to like a cable news show. And
Mhm.
the hosts were just like they kind of broke a little bit, and one of them he was like, if Ukraine just does the or if Russia just does the tip, then the US will be okay with it. And then the other co-host, she was like, they can have a little invasion as a treat. And I just could not handle it.
Yeah.
But
So,
yeah, so
um,
anyways, we're talking about like incredibly complicated geopolitical stuff that we both don't understand.
in video games. And I'm also very upset because I just realized, um, man, I should not have bought Death Stranding. Because guess what comes out on Steam? March 30th, the
The
director's
defend
cut.
Oh, you fool.
It's okay. I'll buy it again. Who cares? I've bought Metal Gear Solid 5 like fucking three separate times. Who cares?
Can I give you
Like,
my nuclear hot take?
um, sure.
It's going back to the free to play thing. If the
Oh,
game
okay,
is
yeah, yeah,
free
yeah.
to play, I actually don't care how they monetize it, like
Fair.
at all. Like it can well, okay, that's a little bit of a lie. I don't like loot boxes because I think that they should probably they shouldn't exist in a paid money manner, period.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
But if you want to make a game that's like pay to win and it's like, hey, give us $20 and then you'll be more powerful than the person who didn't give us $20, I don't care. The game's free.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna play it. And there's a chance that I'm not gonna play like 99% of games that I actually buy, so I'm not gonna worry about a free to play pay to win game.
Yeah.
But I do
Um,
prefer like cosmetic stuff.
yeah. But another video game news. Let's see what we got here. So we're in the month of February. Games that at least look interesting, and I know a lot of people are interested for. We got Dying Light 2, Stay Human. I was never a fan of Dying
Crane
Light.
gang, crane gang.
Yeah, I was never a huge fan of it. And no, I haven't played it. It's just from what I've seen, I was like, okay, it's a zombie survival. It looks interesting
Dying
at
Light
least,
is
but
great.
I never wanted to get into it. That's just personal choice.
Me and the
Um,
boys played it for like dozens of hours. It was really good.
nice.
We were the crane
Uh,
gang.
nice. There's a free to play brawler royale. It calls itself, known as Rumbleverse. Um,
I sleep.
it looks like it's accessible on PlayStation, Xbox, and Epic Games. So it probably won't have a Steam release for a little while because
A
Epic
year.
Games, at least a year, yeah. Um, but it looks like it's a very cartoony like battle royale. Like you and a bunch of guys are in the city, punching each other in the face, doing superhero like esque fighting. Um, and I say that because you literally are just like punching each other with superhuman strength into cars and grabbing people, smashing them in the road. It does look kind of fun and cartoony, so
I'll
I'll definitely give
sleep
it a
on
look.
that.
Um, let's see.
It gets the snooze rating from Webweaver.
Yeah, well, you have bad taste, so it's fine. Uh, another Kingdom Hearts bundle.
I snooze. Official
Kingdom
snooze
Hearts,
rating.
Kingdom Hearts, Intergram Masterpiece. Um, yeah, Integral Masterpiece for Cloud Switch. Like that's the full title.
Yeah, no, so basically you pay like $60 so that you can stream the game on your Switch from a game
Um,
streaming service.
pre-order 71.99.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's disgusting.
that's Nintendo for you. That is Nintendo, overpriced as always, and will never lower their price. At
Wait,
least
isn't
at
Kingdom
least Sony
Hearts
has
Square
sales,
Enix?
huh?
What's Kingdom Hearts again? Square Enix?
It's Square Enix, but a lot of their stuff is not on the Nintendo. A lot of their stuff will be on Nintendo platforms as well. So the problem is, it is still Nintendo's choice of their price because it's licensed to their stuff. So whether Sony is totally cool with changing the price and going on sale, they have the right to do that. Nintendo doesn't do that half the damn time.
Mm,
So that's why I do say like it's Nintendo. But yes, I know Kingdom Hearts is Square Enix.
it's
Um,
stinky.
but we don't like Square Enix anymore because NFTs. Uh,
Creative Business Unit 3 is goated though.
yeah. Uh, let's see. Lost Ark comes out. That did look interesting.
I
It is
will
a
play that.
it is a free to play MMO. It does look very interesting. I didn't know it was free to play at first. Um, so it's actually really good to know. I believe it does come out on Steam.
Yes, it does. You can
Comes
pre-order
out.
it now.
Yeah, pre-order a free to play game.
Zeus. What? I was thinking about like I'm gonna just play it for free because there are pay to win elements in Lost Ark. I've heard, but it doesn't seem that bad.
Yeah, it does at least look interesting. And if it's and my rule, if it's free to play, at least give it a try. It will literally cost you nothing, and worst case scenario, you don't like it, you uninstall it. What else? New King of Fighters game. I like King of Fighters. I just like fighting games in general. So,
I'll
um,
give that the snooze. I only care about Soul
King of
Calibur.
Fighters, King of Fighters 15. Um, there's a Assassin's Creed bundle, the Ezio collection, which I swear has been done before.
Yeah,
So
sounds like
either
something that's
either
been
they're
done.
reporting it or it's on sale, but like that comes up on this list. A game I look forward to and why I hate the month of February because there's at least 3 games that I'm interested in, and I'm not poor, but man, I shouldn't buy all of them. We have Total War Warhammer 3.
Oh yeah, that's got ogres and Slanesh. I'm
It's got ogres
interested.
and all the chaos factions, so including Nurgle, Khorne, Zeech, all that.
I give that the
I believe it has
sleeping with
Zeech.
one eye open ranking.
You were a terrible person.
Hey,
Uh,
that means it's real shit. I'm waking up.
yeah. We have Destiny on February 20. Sorry. Total War Warhammer 3, February 17th. Destiny 2, The Witch Queen, February 22nd. I am beyond excited for that one, honestly. Um, and I
I'll
really want to
consider
get you
it.
into Destiny.
I'll consider it.
Yeah. What else that looks interesting?
I mean, there's
Of
an
course,
Elden Ring, right?
Elden Ring, February 25th. Literally 3 days after Witch Queen. um, Also, Guild Wars 2 End of Dragons expansion. I didn't know Guild Wars 2 was still getting expansions.
Yeah, Guild Wars 2 is a thing that exists.
I know it existed, but I didn't think it was, yeah.
I'll give Guild Wars 2 the sleep though. I have
Yeah,
an MMO already. And I for
yeah,
some reason am wanting to play Lost Ark.
yeah. This one you might like because you like Pathfinder. Pathfinder: Wrath of the Righteous.
The game
March.
that's already out,
Yeah.
the game that I already own.
It will be available on consoles. That's why it's a release.
Oh.
It'll be available on consoles. Um, well, that's the thing. Like this is telling me because this isn't the fall. But I'm confused about this release calendar that I'm looking at for games. It shows me Path of the Righteous available on consoles fall 2022, but this is telling me March 1st.
A little weird. A little stuffed, but
So
that's
either
fine.
their website hasn't updated or someone
Release
isn't
dates
saying the right
change.
shit. Um, But who knows? Something called Chocobo GP, March 10th.
Shrug.
Oh, it's Chocobo Grand Prix. It is literally it's a Final Fantasy racing game.
Oh my god, Garfield Kart has competition.
Yeah, it's on the Nintendo Switch only. It looks like though.
Never mind.
Um, yeah, I know.
Sunny Place will have to fight Garfield Kart alone then.
Yeah, I mean we can always play a good card game like Crash Team Racing, but whatever. Any WWE fans? WWE 2K22. Hopefully this one doesn't suck.
I'll give that to
'Cause
sleep.
yeah, I mean I haven't played a WWE game in fucking forever. I used to play them like all the time. Coming out on a wonderful, amazing birthday, St. Patty's Day, March 17th. Persona 4 Arena Ultimax comes out for Steam. I'm
Oh.
super happy about that. Yeah, they're reporting it because it used to be like on 360 and PS3, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and they're finally reporting it because of like how popular Persona 5 was and how they were able to port it to multiple things, especially Steam. They haven't put like Persona 5 R on there yet, but there might be plans to do that. But I know they put Strikers on there.
I'd take
Um,
just Persona 5 on Steam at this point.
Well, well, yeah, you're totally right, but honestly, I feel like they would probably report the newer one before they do the old one. I know that sounds weird, but it just makes the most sense. Um, I mean, they can do whatever they want as long as they port it to Steam. That'd be dope. But they're finally reporting an old fighting game that I played up all the goddamn time with my good friends, Persona 4 Arena Ultimax. So that's gonna be fun. Uh, this one,
Who are you gonna main?
well, that's a good question. Probably Akihiko. He was a character from Persona 3 because remember the Persona 3 characters were in that game. Um I only was Akihiko in Ultimax? I want to say he was. Um but he was always a favorite of mine. That and Kanji, but they kind of nerfed Kanji in Arena Ultimax, which kind of sucks. Um there's Rune Factory 5. I know there's people that like Rune Factory.
Oh, I'm still working through
Um,
special.
yeah, but Rune Factory 5 comes out March 22nd. Um, Kirby and the Forgotten Land, March 25th, which I think is like a open world Kirby game. A lot of open world games this year.
Yeah.
Elden Ring
Radical.
is an open world Dark Souls game. We've got Kirby, an open world Kirby game. Breath of the Wild 2, I don't know when that's coming out. Exactly, but we'll have that look forward to. Sonic Frontiers. Let's not forget a Sonic open world game is being made.
That
It's
that
on
has the
Steam.
potential to be really cool.
Also really cursed.
I'll
But
take it. If it's good, I'll
you know
take
what?
it.
Well, yeah, we'll take it.
You know what? If
And of
it's
course,
mediocre, I'll take it.
I mentioned earlier Death Stranding will come out. Death Stranding's Director's Cut will come out on Steam March 30th. And of course, another game I'm looking forward to, Tiny Tina's Wonderlands, March 25th.
Mm. You see,
I
I've
do look.
got there's one thing that I'm gonna be getting a commission at some point. I had to put it off for a bit, but that's gonna be like my big spend for a while. And out of those
Mhm.
games, pretty much the only one I can think of really wanting to get is probably Elden Ring. I mean, I really want to get
Mhm.
Dying Light 2 though, because I want to play Dying Light 2 with the boys. But I'll probably just get one of them, but that'll have to be after the commission because I had to put that off.
Um,
But
yeah. So I think what would be a good theme, and this is just my opinion, because I mean we're both video game nerds. I feel like me more than you, maybe. I'm not
are
100% sure.
you doubting my gamer cred? Yeah, I'm not a nerd. Screw you.
I feel like what would be good is we do like a quarterly gamer thing. Um, so like, I mentioned like January, February. Well, I actually didn't mention January because it's not. It's February. So I mentioned February and March. And quarter means three, but there's really not much I see in April. Um, yeah, okay. There's Lego Star Wars if you like Lego Star
Yo,
Wars or
let's
Lego
go.
games. Yeah. Webb loses mind. Lego Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. Um, I guess I'll
I'm
mention
going so
April.
hard on Lego Star Wars.
I guess I'll mention April. And these are like this isn't the full list, so it's like I'm only looking at things that look interesting, um, or that might be interesting to me. So what I'll do is I'll end May. It's a little past a quarter, but who cares? We'll end with May, and we have two games that at least look interesting. There's Forspoken, which I am actually looking forward to, which is a Square Enix game. Comes out May 24th. It's about a young girl that gets essentially isekai transported to another world. She's gained magical
Oh.
abilities and she must find her way out.
Yeah, you told me about that.
Yeah. It looks beautiful. Definitely give it a shot. And Square Enix, I will say this, they know how to make a beautiful game. Um, you know, they're probably really good at like making something beautiful. Um, and on the 19th of May, this caught my eye. Um, and it just makes me think, hey guys, can you just make the second Bloodlines already? Because we have Vampire the Masquerade Swan Song.
Oh. Yeah,
It will
new
be available
Vampire
for
Masquerade game.
yeah, it'll be available for Epic Games, Switch, PlayStation, and Xbox. So will not be coming out on Steam. It looks like. Plays three vampires, harness their powers, embrace their desires, and face their demons in a heart-pounding story in which your choice decides the fate of Boston. Here's what my decision for the fate of Boston is: burn it the fuck down. That's the New Yorker in me. Sorry. um, but yeah, I guess I don't know. Is this gonna be like a storytelling game?
I mean, there's a lot of Vampire Masquerade games that are like choose your own adventure text
Yeah,
games.
we have producers are Nakon, Big Bad Wolf Studio, and World of Darkness. Huh.
People are gonna think I'm memeing here, but like, does anybody remember The Wolf Among Us? Like, that was a great game. I love
Yes,
that.
and then that studio went bankrupt.
Yeah, it was
I
a good game. I liked it.
I I don't know what it is, man. I'm just not a huge fan of those ones. It's like why I never got into like oh god, what's the really famous one? Until Dawn or Detroit Become
Until Dawn
Human
is cracked.
or Detroit Become Human. I never liked those games.
Okay, but David Cage is it's okay. David Cage is David Cage. That's a different thing.
Yes, David Cage is amazing. 28 stab wounds. Um he's funny. I'll give that. But I just never liked those. It's a story. It's a visual novel you can like move, you can control slightly.
Aiden, I need you now.
I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just it's not my thing because
Oh,
I would
David
give
Cage
them
games are garbage, but I love them.
I was gonna say like I'll give them credit where credit is due. They look to be amazing games. They clearly like deserve what they what they like put their heart and soul into. But me personally, I don't care. like
No, listen, David Cage games is like if you could play. Okay, so listen, a lot of people when they think of like a so bad it's good, they think of like a Tommy Wiseau thing, right? Like the I did not hit her, it's bullshit. Oh hi Mark, right? Like they think of something like that, right? And
yeah,
when you play a bad game, it would be like if Tommy Wiseau not only developed the game, but he made the console that you're playing on, so the experience is bad. But a David Cage game is like Tommy Wiseau got to write and create a video game, but it works properly and it doesn't have any bugs. So you can actually
yeah,
just enjoy it for being like an unhinged, insane, like trip of like absolute nonsense. Like, I'll still never forget the scene in Beyond Two Souls where you find out
God.
that your boyfriend was only dating you because it was a government psyop, and you
What
forcefully
is this?
open the helicopter door and you just jump out of the helicopter.
What is this fucking JoJo? What is this Stone Ocean? Like
It's
what?
or the scene where it's like, oh god, like there's literally in Beyond Two
Spoilers, I
Souls,
guess.
who cares? Who cares?
So I was making a joke about like Stone Ocean. Spoilers, I guess, but whatever.
There's in Beyond Two Souls, at the very end of the game, you basically get to pick your husbando, right? And
Yeah.
so you can pick the military guy or like some random guy who showed up a couple of times who was nice to you, or you can but the thing is they didn't just want those to be the only endings. So there's like a multi-hour long part in the game where you go to like a farm in the middle of the desert, and you're just talking with with these guys, and one of the brothers, he has like a brief romantic thing with you, and he only exists so that he can be a husbando choice at the end of the game. It's so bizarre. Like there's like David Cage games, and that's just Beyond Two Souls. Heavy Rain,
Oh
there's a
god, Heavy Rain
scene
has been memed to hell and back.
there's a scene in Heavy Rain where you can press X to shout your son's name, and so you shout
Uh-huh.
Sean in various
Yeah.
different tones. But the thing is, if you keep pressing X, your character will keep saying Sean, and it is possible to mash X for the entire game and get to the final scene where you're actually rescuing your son Sean, and it's actually the voices in the game are proximity based from where the character is. So you have this dramatic scene where one of the main characters, she's being attacked by the villain, and you just hear in the distance Sean, Sean, Sean,
That's
and
so stupid.
it gets louder and it gets louder, because what you don't know when you're playing through that scene blind is that that character, the dad, is running to save the other main character, and so you just hear Sean, and the guy just gets punched in the back of the head.
That is amazing.
I'll show you the press X to Sean after this.
Yeah,
But like
it's fine.
it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen, because it's
You have to remind me what I told you because I said I was going to show you something after this, and I'm going to be honest with you, I already forgot what it was.
I mean, there was some like, was it staircases? We were talking about
uh,
cryptids a lot.
yeah, I don't know. It's fuck it. I'll figure it out later.
We can roll back the tapes, but no, like David Cage is the finest cheese, all right? Like it is every time he makes a game, I cannot wait to play it because I know it will be a tone deaf, unhinged disaster that I'll be thinking about for months about how insane it is. And
yeah,
it's just like you Until Dawn, however, is actually really good. It is a slasher film where you basically control a bunch of idiots in a stereotypical horror movie. It's great. And then you can actually make crazy unhinged decisions that will decide whether or not they live or die. And Mike just becomes the best boy. Like Mike's entire character at the start of the game is "Let me smash, please." And
mm-hmm.
right before he gets to smash, the monster snatches his girlfriend away, and then he's like, "All right, I'm about to become the best character in the game now."
Yeah.
King
He
shit.
saw someone die before him, so it made him go Super Saiyan.
No,
That's how that
not at
works, right?
all.
Of course it all. He becomes the best character, therefore he is Super Saiyan.
Jesse, what? Anyways,
It's anime logic. You're not allowed to unlock your full potential until a loved one dies in front of you. That's literally how that works.
Well, she doesn't even
Well,
die.
well, he doesn't know that.
I mean, true, but I love if you ever have if you ever have the chance to play Until Dawn with a bunch of drunk friends, it's one of the most transcendent gaming
Well,
experiences you'll ever have.
oh, I have to have friends first before I do
Oh,
that, so.
shut up, you. You're talking about how you got the beer canoe and the boys, and it's like,
man, beer canoe hit different.
what I'm saying is bring a PS4 next time.
Yeah, fair. Fair. Oy vey.
I can't wait to play that one game. That there's like a company that does like Until Dawn style games, and they did
Yeah.
one recently about an absolutely not controversial topic at all, the Iraq War.
Oh
And
my god.
you're trying to find the chemical weapons. You're trying to find the
Wait,
chemical weapons.
wait. I think I know what game you're talking about.
Yeah, it's like ashes of something or other.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was the same people.
No, it
It's
is a
not.
different company, I'm pretty sure.
Oh my god. Yeah. Okay. I've heard of that. I think I saw Jacksepticeye play it.
And
Um,
it's so like
it's bad.
it's terrible, but it's
It's a
so
terrible game.
it's a terrible game, but it's like it's not buggy, it's not glitchy, so you
It's
can
it's
enjoy it for what it is, which is
it's
it's
somehow it's
garbage.
somehow worse than a David Cage game.
Oh, it's absolutely worse than a David Cage game.
Um, which is definitely saying something. No offense, David Cage.
Listen,
David,
I
if
think
you
his
want to
games are
sponsor us,
horrible. Listen, David, your games are terrible, but I love them. Never stop making them. I have a problem. I have played through Beyond Two Souls probably like 8 or 9 times from beginning to end.
that is that's cursed.
It is because it's a linear game, and the only choice that you really make is who do you want to date at the end.
Yeah,
I
that's
will.
fucked.
I love just at that one mission in Beyond Two Souls where you and the military boyfriend are like freezing because you swam in the Arctic Ocean without any protective gear, and you're like
Dumbass.
freezing to death, and the guy's like, I love you, and you can just be like, fuck you.
Wow.
It's so good.
That's okay.
It's so good. I live for that. I cannot wait for whatever David Cage makes next. 28 stab wounds was just not like I need more.
28 stab wounds.
Oh boy.
One of the best memes ever.
Didn't want to leave him a chance.
Future web at base boosted 28 stab wounds right there.
No.
I know my dumbass would. Uh oh man. That's really good. Uh but I really I know we had this whole discussion like before the podcast. I really want to get you into like a tabletop role play. So goddamn
Honestly,
bad.
I'm not like super adverse to it. It's just that I'm not really interested in it.
Yeah, I know. I just want to find like more stuff for us to do on Fridays, and I think it would be easier
I
to like
want to
come
do
up
a
with a table.
Pokemon Showdown tournament where we use the random teams thing, where it gives us a proper team from a
I
pool.
think that definitely sounds like fun. I don't think you've ever mentioned that to me. Um.
I posted it in the Amogus a while back,
Oh yeah. I probably didn't see it then. My bad.
and ties down, but
I'd be down because like, I
the
definitely want to find more things for us to do on Fridays for the Friday stream, not necessarily for Josephine's stream, but just in general.
yeah.
Um. And I definitely know tabletop games would be fun, but I know you're not really into D&D style shit like that. It just sucks because I think it'd be a lot of fun. Um,
I
but
mean,
we
though
could definitely figure.
the problem that I have with that stuff is that like when So when I'm playing like a fantasy game, right? Like I
Mm-hmm.
make a character that couldn't be further from me, right? Like
Right, right,
my warrior of light, for instance.
right.
But it's like when I'm role playing, I just end up role playing as me. It's like it's me, your boy. And
Well,
so,
why not make a fantasy version of yourself? That's not like you can't do that.
well, yeah, but it's lame.
Is it?
Yes, it is.
I don't know about that.
Whenever I see
I
any
feel like
content,
you're kind of close minded on that.
oh, absolutely, but I'm biased and I don't care. Whenever I'm seeing like a podcast or of like a role playing thing, or whenever I'm seeing like a one shot on Twitch or whatever, and
Yeah,
somebody's
I
just
love
like
those.
playing as them, it's like, oh, that sucks. What an uncreative nerd. And then it's like, wait, that's me. I see
I
myself in that man.
I don't know if that's really uncreative. It's just like it could be their first time, and especially if it's their first time. Um, that's generally the step to go, and I guarantee you, if you were to do that, it would open the door to other things. And if you played yourself, you could play different versions of yourself. What would you be if you were like this? It's not that
But the thing is,
uncreative as you
I've
think
played
as
D
you
and
is.
D before.
Yeah.
I used to play D&D a lot. I've done quite a few campaigns. I've played Pathfinder even.
Mm, the worst one.
Yeah.
Okay, there are some things path like I said, I like to play rules light systems. Dungeon World is a really good rules light system,
Yeah,
and
I would prefer like a rules light system. I don't like having a big ass rule book.
no, trust me, I play rules light, and that's why I know you would probably have fun with it. But I'm not gonna force you to do it. I'm just gonna complain about it a lot.
Yeah, you're just gonna complain about it a lot. Exactly.
I'm just gonna peer pressure you,
Like you did
but I'm not
before
gonna
the
force you.
stream and during the stream and before the podcast and during the podcast and after the podcast.
Yeah, who would have thought? I'm definitely gonna do it after the podcast,
Ooh, what a thunk.
and in 2 days from now too.
Oh shit.
Damn. No, it's fine. It's just it's just me coming up with more ideas to do stuff together as a group of friends.
I mean
Um
that's a good thing. Like it's not a bad
yeah.
thing. But
Yeah.
I mean I here's the thing. I think I'd also be more comfortable as like the DM.
That would be I'd be down for that. I would like to see you DM something. Um if you've got any ideas off the top of your head, or I could give you some ideas.
I have plenty of ideas.
Dope. You know what? If we wanna ask around on Friday when the group's together, I if I would love to do that.
You want to ask around on Friday when the quote group is together and it's just Ty?
Well, I mean, that's the problem because
Listen,
well,
I love
either
our Among Us group, but there's two sorry liberals, there's only two genders. There's
God
there's
damn
Joey,
it.
Webb, and Ty, and sometimes Kiwi, and then there's the full squad.
And there's just well, Jester's been showing up more.
True.
Um,
But
um,
I can guarantee you 100% that Jester is a no. I
these
can
are they not a
guarantee.
fan?
No, but I can guarantee you that it's a no. Like I know Jester well enough that I
Well,
can.
We can ask anyway.
I mean, you can. Yes, you have the ability.
Yeah. Well, what if they say yes? I'm just saying. What if they say yes?
I would be surprised.
All right, time to go to my DMs because I guarantee you, I
Time to
asked them about this.
the DMs. I mean, you can ask him, and if he says yes, that's cool.
Um, okay. So I don't have much of DMs for him, so never mind. Uh,
You don't have enough direct messages.
I just shot myself in the foot.
You don't have enough messages in the DMs to be able to
I
use the search
swear
feature.
I swear I spoke to him about it before, but I guess not. But we'll figure it out. Because like I said, more ideas to do for Friday stuff. And it would also I mean, we also have Cards Against Humanity, which is always fun to hear you say really fucked up shit.
Big Richard.
Yep. Yeah, it's so goddamn funny. Uh, uh we don't have video evidence of it, sadly.
The worst part about Cards Against Humanity is that I just don't know things. And so I'll be
Yeah,
reading a card and then Ty will just lose their shit. And then I'm like, wait, what did I say? What did I say? And
yeah,
then you have to
no, it's
explain
fine.
to me like real world vernacular that I'm just unaware of. And I was like, oh,
Yeah,
that
because
doesn't
remember,
make sense. People are weird.
You gotta remember, Webb lives under a rock. Everybody.
It's a pretty comfortable rock, well insulated.
Uh, but yeah, no. There's that. The Pokemon thing does sound really cool. Um, because it could, it's all randomized. So like, you could be, like, you can have something well balanced, or you could just be screwed over.
Well, no,
Here's a
the
team
mode that
of
I
6
wanna
Dittos.
the mode that I wanna play, it basically it gives everybody in the tournament a competitive team, but it's random who gets what team, and your team is randomized every round. And so the reason it does that is so that people who don't know what they're doing can't get like absolutely bodied before the game even begins by somebody who does. Cuz like I don't
Right.
know if we've got like any Pokemon masters in the Among Us Discord, right? Like I stopped playing basically at Gen 4. Like I did play Alpha Sapphire, but
Yeah, dude,
I
I
don't
stopped at 3.
I don't know what I'm doing, and I imagine that most of the people don't know what they're doing. So it would just be like, I mean, I would imagine it would either be Kiwi or Rachel, right? They're like the power
Oh yeah.
gamers.
Power gamers, yeah.
And so I would imagine like Kiwi would do like a bunch of research on the most optimal Pokemon teams, and Rachel would just know the most optimal Pokemon teams, and then they would just like absolutely slaughter us.
Yeah. It'll be fun though.
And also, if it's a randomized team system, because Pokemon Showdown, you can actually like type, like there are commands that will like teach you how to play the game while you're playing it. So it's very accessible. It's a browser thing, so anybody can play it. And so I think that's a pretty good. Inspired by absolutely nothing. Don't look at my subscriptions on YouTube. Don't do it. I definitely
Yeah.
am not subscribed to a YouTuber who is doing Pokemon Showdown content now. I would never. Web is original. I swear, copium.
Yeah. 100% original.
100% original. I am not named after
500
a World
500
of
plus
Warcraft
episodes of a dead game.
enemy. But anyways, we're coming up on the end
No,
of
no comment at all.
not everything needs a reaction. We're coming up on the end
uh
of the episode. Is there
we are
anything?
we're getting close to the end. We're almost at an hour 30. Um Anything we want to end with?
Yeah, that's what I was
Merch
asking you.
merch down below. Oh, um cuz you still have the link, right?
It's on the other -2 reason episode, so I can grab it there.
Yeah, I do love that do that love little I just had a stroke. I do love that little tool when uploading videos, um, where you could say reuse details, and you just literally transfer everything over to the next thing, and then you could just edit it afterwards. Um,
Yeah.
it's nice, so that's cool. When I bring up the merch store, did you talk to Ty about a design? 'Cause I know I
We
mentioned
talked
it
about it
one weekend.
briefly, but like,
Okay.
well, we were talking about that and some memes that I want to do, and Ty was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna be busy for a bit." I was like, "Yeah, no, it's fine."
Oh yeah, that's cool. Because I would love to, shill more minus two reason uh merch, and that way it's more than just my crap. um
I mean, your
but
crap is fine. People should buy it.
yeah, I'm just saying, like, it just would add more to the story. That's all I'm saying. And when
You're
I get
just
more
saying it.
characters done, more designs from Sunny, because I'm definitely gonna have like Sunny make essentially more characters and models for them. Not rigging models, but
Yeah,
like
I was
just
about to
art,
say,
no, art
like
pieces.
references.
Well, just full body art pieces of just lore characters in Josephine's like lore, or like I definitely want a full on big project of like me and my D&D campaign group, because we've been playing it for so long, and if we're close to max level, so we might be close to ending. which would still probably take a year to be fair. But regardless, I would love like a final portrait of all of our characters, and I think that'd be really sweet. Um,
Ah, that's cool.
yeah. So I know that's one big project, but definitely like other lore characters in like Josephine's universe, would be fun to do, and I could like have merch of them because they said I could sell it, so it's rad. But yeah, merch down below. All of our socials and links will be down there to our other content. Um, yeah, I think we'll end it there. If you have any suggestions for topics, definitely leave a comment down below. Give a like, do whatever makes you happy. Just don't be a chode.
To be
Uh,
honest, if you left a recommendation for a topic in the comments down below, it's good for engagement, but I probably won't do that.
oh yeah.
I'm a rebel. You can't control me.
Well, I mean, I'll listen to it. I guess I'll be the good host.
I'll be the who's that guy from like the chef show who's just like an asshole for no reason? Like the is it
You know
Simon?
how you know how little that narrows it down.
Well, okay, it's like there's three chef judges. There's the nice guy
I
who's
don't
like
fucking
a
know.
famous chef. There's Gordon Ramsay who's only nice to kids. And then there's the guy who's
Seriously.
he's not even a chef. He's just like a restaurant owner. And
Oh, I don't know, man.
he's just like a dick for no reason.
I have no idea.
Oh, come on. It's like what's the
I don't
show
watch
though?
those.
You
I
don't
don't
watch everything Gordon Ramsay's ever been in? You casual?
know because I don't freaking have Netflix. I don't have Hulu,
It's called
or I don't have
Kitchen
cable.
Nightmares full episodes on YouTube.
You piece. Shut up. All right. Well,
Oh.
and on that terrible disappointment, it is time to end. Once again, leave a like, comment, definitely subscribe. It's a big red button down below. It's free to do. Why not do it? And I want you all to have a wonderful time.
Bye.